Everybody, welcome back to Cumberlachia. I can't stop smiling. If you guys follow me on Facebook or over on the community tab, you guys know I have been living on Cumberlachia for over a week now. We moved here not this past Thursday, but a week before, and I'm in heaven. I mean, I'm sleeping with the windows open at night most nights because it's cooling off. It's getting down in the 60s and it feels great. And I'm just listening to all the birds and everything all day long, and then at night I'm listening to the katydids and the crickets. So today I have been just working a little bit around here. I haven't done a lot because I don't know if you hear it. Every so often you're going to hear some thunder, but the clouds are just skirting the south end of Cumberlachia. It's sunny over here and really bad over there. So I've covered things up a couple times with my tarps and trying to keep it dry, but it just really hasn't rained yet. So, but I'm going to be making a Tex-Mex Penne Pasta, and I've already got about 1 pound to 1 1/4 pound of ground chuck in here. You can just use ground beef if you'd like, but I'm going to use my cast iron Dutch oven here and get it going. So to this now, of course, I'm going to put all the ingredients down below in the comments or in the description box, and I'll put them on my website, gregs-kitchen.com. But it's very simple. I've got about pound and a quarter of ground beef, pepper, onion. I'm going to use some Italian parsley, tomato powder. Tomato powder is definitely optional. I just wanted to put it in here to give it a little bit more tomatoey taste. I got some garlic and cumin, chili powder, salt and pepper, some chili, crushed red peppers, some of Mom's homemade onion powder. If you guys didn't see her make this onion powder, she did do a video. I'll put it down below also, so you can check that out. And we're going to use a jar of salsa con queso, which is just salsa with cheese. And I got a can of black beans, a can of fire roasted tomatoes down there, some penne pasta, 5 cups of water. I think I got it all, but I'm sure I'm missing something, but like I said, I'll have it listed down below. So I'm just going to take this pepper apart. Had to buy this one. I don't know what it was, but my pepper plants all summer long, they just kind of sat there. And then the other day, I'm going to put these, there's my bit. The other day I went to clean out all of my tomatoes and everything that had stopped, producing well, and got to the peppers, and they are just starting to take off. So I think it was just too shady at the very beginning, because as you all know, when I first started, had some extra tree branches over the garden back here that when Mom was here, we cleaned those out. So they are taking off now. So I'm going to have some nice peppers here soon. I've got 3 or 4 jalapenos already, and the banana peppers are just starting. So now I'm going to chop these. I don't want them real thin. I want some bite. I want to be able to taste them. I don't want them mush down in there. But it's totally optional if you want to put a hot pepper in here. I'm not going to put a hot pepper because I'm thinking of taking what's left to work tomorrow, and I'm not sure if the ladies would appreciate if I bring fire hot pasta in there. But I know they're going to appreciate the pasta. But I can hear the meat getting real hot over there. So I'm going to put these in to help bring down the temperature, get them started sauteing. Soften up just a little bit. Now I'm using ground chuck, so there's not a lot of grease or fat coming out of the meat, which is good, so I don't have to worry about draining it. Turn that down just a little since we're getting there. Yeah, we have officially become Cumberlachians. Now this is a dish, you could make this, of course, in your kitchen. My kitchen's that small little camper, and I've got all of this out here, so I'm not hesitating to use it. Of course, I'm using all this to go in my compost. My compost bin's looking really good. I started last fall, and I've been turning it off and on, and it is starting to break down really well, so I'm going to have some nice mulch next year. But like I was saying, I took out the tomato plants, which broke my heart because you know how much I just love walking in there and grabbing a tomato and eating it. I mean, I kind of grew up doing that. Mom always had a humongous garden, and we just grabbed tomatoes and eat them like apples. They were just so good and so sweet. I love the Cherokee purple. I still got, I don't know if you can see it, there's 3 tomato plants there. One's got a little tomato ripening on it. And then I got some black cherry tomatoes in there. And I left the black cherry because they're still producing. And I love just grabbing one when I walk in there and working in there. But I did take out the tomatoes, and in those two, well, yeah, those two I put in cabbage and cauliflower. And to keep the bugs down and the cabbage worms down, I'll show you a picture here, actually up there, up one of the corners. We put some not shade cloth, but the white tulle. That's it. I'm sorry, white tulle. I couldn't remember what it was called. And I got the idea to do that from Miss Lori over at Whippoorwill Holler. She uses tulle on hers all spring and part of the summer, and then in the winter, before everything starts dying off, she's got it on there because she actually has, I think, lettuces and different things growing all winter long in her. I think it's a hoop house or right outside her greenhouse. And I'm going to do that too. So where you see the tulle going over top of the canopies that we built, I'm going to be putting plastic. So come spring, like February, March, probably March, I can start planting things in there, cover it, and it'll be like a miniature greenhouse. So I'll get things off to a really fast start. Okay, so got all of these put together. This is basically a 1-dish dump and go. I'm going to get these sauteed just a bit. And while that's going, let's hit them with some salt and pepper. So we can, I like to layer every flavor. So we'll get some fresh cracked pepper in there. I know I have salt. There it is. A little salt in there. And there is very, very, very little, if any, fat that I'm seeing in the bottom of this. This is some good ground chuck. All right, I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to bring the pan. Yes, it's off. Move this out of the way. And I'm going to bring the pan over here, and we're just going to put the rest of the ingredients in. It's hot, but I can do it. There we go. Now, if you can see down in there, we got everything all coming together real nice. It smells delicious. I'm all steamed up. My glasses now. Gonna have to clean those off. Okay, so to this, we're going to add 5 cups of water, which I've already got out. Because we're going to cook the penne pasta right here in this dish. We're not going to cook it separately, add it when it's done. So then we're going to put, I got just a 16-ounce box of regular penne regatta. Put that in there. Now you might want to watch it because the penne may absorb more water faster. So just have a little bit of water on the side. So keep checking on it. If you need to add a little bit, you can. I've got 1 can of black beans that I've already drained and rinsed. So I'm just going to put those in. All you little beans out of there. I've got a can of diced fire roasted tomatoes. And I'm going to put them in juice and all. I want that flavor. And a can, let's see, this is 4-ounce can. Yeah, 4-ounce can of diced chilies. Now, if you want, you can get the Rotel. It's got the chilies, tomatoes, Garrett. I like doing separate because I think the Rotel, after it sits a while, the tomatoes and the peppers, they just start tasting the same. Then you don't get a lot of contrast flavors. So I'm just going to mix that together. Get it all in there. And now I'm going to start adding all the spices. This is optional. I'm going to put some crushed red pepper flakes in there. Just a few, just to give it a bite. Now, if you did want it more heated while you're frying the ground beef up, you could put these in so it gets all the oils out, and it will make it a little bit spicier. I'm going to put in about, I don't know, a teaspoon of Mom's onion powder she did. There we go. Even though it's got onion in there, I like to add the extra flavor. Put a little bit more crushed black pepper. And a little more. I'm going to wait on the salt because with these canned things, I want to taste it, make sure that it's not too much. I'm going to put a little bit of the garlic in. Probably about a teaspoon, maybe more, because I like my garlic. And I dropped the lid. Luckily it came down face up, so I can just put that back on. I'm going to put about half a teaspoon, maybe a little bit more, of cumin in here. That's what gives you the Mexican Tex-Mex flavor, is the cumin. I'll put some chili powder. And I'm going to put about 4 tablespoons of chili powder. So you want, this is just to give it the nice rich chili flavor. And you can adjust these as much as you want. If you don't like a lot of chili powder, don't put that in. Put a little less in, or some, maybe, oops, hold on. I already did the cumin. Y'all aren't keeping up with me. Someone out there should have yelled. Okay, so I do have the garlic in there, but I still am going to put a little bit more. I just had this loosened up. There we go. A little bit, probably about half a teaspoon to 3/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. And I'm going to put some of Mom's tomato powder in here. And that's just going to make it richer tomatoey flavor. And I'm not sure that she's done a video on this yet, but she literally just, when she does her tomato sauce or pasta sauce or salsa, she skins the tomatoes. She just dries the tomato skins out and makes a great little tomato powder. And you put that in here, and it just adds more rich tomato flavor. So I like to use that. Thank you, Mom, for sending this to me, or actually delivering it to me. So we got everything in here now. Let me check all the boys and girls here. Onion powder, everything's in there. Yes. Okay, I'm just going to stir this all together. I want to get those spices all through there so taste gets all married together as it's cooking. And we're going to put this back on the fire, and it's going to cook probably about 20 minutes. You just want to make sure that most of the liquid's gone and that penne pasta is nice and tender. All right, let's put this back over here. I'm going to relight here. Now I'm going to put the lid on it to get it up to a boil, and then probably about halfway in I'll take the lid off so a lot of that moisture can evaporate. Like I said, we're going to do this for about 20 minutes, and I'll be back to show you what we got. Okay, we're back. It's been about 20 minutes. I just turned the heat off on the pan. I'm going to get it over here. Let me just use a towel because I can't find those hot pads. You know, the one that Mom burnt when she was here. That she still says she didn't. There we go. Take this off. Now I did taste it for salt and pepper. I did add a little bit more salt. Like I told you, I wanted to let it cook a little bit and all those flavors mix down. Now as far as I'm concerned, this right here, oops, let me tip it up for you. This right here is perfectly amazing. You could eat this just like this. But now I'm trying this recipe one of you sent to me, and I'm going to make it your way the first time, and then I'm going to do like Mom and make it your own. You know how she does that. So then we got the glass jar, 15-ounce jar of the cheese and salsa, and your recipe said just add it in there. I'm just hoping this doesn't make it too soupy, but if you've made it all these times, and I apologize, I think your name is Krista that sent me this recipe. It must be good if your family loves it as much as you say. So there's that. And we're supposed to just mix this right in there. Makes it nice and cheesy. I can smell the cheese in the salsa. It hit that hot pasta and hot dish there. All right, there it is. I'm going to taste it again for flavor. Make sure I don't need salt and pepper. That cheese should have a lot of salt in it itself, so. That is very good. Very delicious. So this is Krista, I believe your name is Krista, her Tex-Mex, she called it Tex-Mex Cheesy Salsa Pasta. So that's what I'm going to call it. Y'all want to give this one a try? I better not try to do it with my hands because that cast iron's still very hot. Here we go. Give this one a try. I'm going to dish some up here and show you how she says she likes to finish hers off. Ouch, yes, that's hot. Get a nice bowl full here. I guess if I put that on the piece of wood hot plate that I jimmied together, it wouldn't tip over on me. All right. That was good. Now, slide you out of the way. She says she likes to top it with a little bit of cheese, and I got a taco season blend of cheese. Maybe some jalapenos, anything you'd like on top. I didn't cut my jalapeno out back there yet, so I'm just going to use some of Mom's Italian parsley. And like I said, always say, let's make it pretty. There we go. I am going to steal another bite. It's real good. Y'all give this a try. You're going to love this recipe. I'll have all the ingredients down in the description box as I always do, and on gregs-kitchen.com. A little bit of a teaser. We have our first animals coming to Cumberlachia this coming week. I'm not going to tell you what they are. Leave some comments down below. See if you can guess what is going to be our first animal on our homestead, animals, and watch for the video because it should be coming out soon. But give this a try. I appreciate all you guys joining us and following my channel while we've been getting up here. Now that we're here, I'll be able to do videos a lot more often because a few minutes ago I needed a bowl. I just walked over to the camper, got the bowl, came back before I had to go 45 minutes to get to the camper. So we have everything here now. So I appreciate you guys following me. You guys have got us so many more followers by hitting the subscribe button and the like button and leaving a comment. The comments and the likes is what gets our video out to more people on YouTube. So don't forget to do that. I appreciate that you're doing it. Again, take care. God bless and love y'all. Bye-bye.